Hey guys, welcome back to Latin Chopsticks. So today I was driving and I figured, I'm doing some errands, I gotta return some stuff to the UPS store, but I kind of been feeling a little bit under the weather the last couple of days, between the hurricane that was supposed to come, it's been raining every single day, and it's just, there's been a lot of different things going on, so I've been a little bit under the weather, and, a thought came to me and I was like, you know what, I feel like I'm gonna eat some soup today. Some of the best recovery soup that you will ever have that's really close to my Hispanic roots. It's a small Colombian restaurant, and it's actually right next to the place that I'm going to UPS at. And I figured, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and share this place because this is a place I've been going to for years to get their soup. Because anytime that I'm feeling down, or anybody in my family that's feeling down, they're not feeling very well, they have the flu or anything like that, I go and pick up one of these soups, take it to them. Maybe a couple of hours later, they're feeling much, much better. It is, well, you know what? I'm just going to show you guys once we get them. I'm actually going to decide to go ahead and get the chicken soup, and I'm going to go ahead and get the beef soups, and I want you guys to see both of them. And I'm telling you, me personally, this is my favorite soup place in all of Orlando. I love ramen. I love all those places. I love the pho. It's great. But this is just down to the roots. When I'm feeling really, really bad, sick, under the weather, and I just need something to kind of reset me or hit the reset button, I just buy one of these. And I'm telling you, get ready guys, because you're going to be amazed. Guys, we made it back to the house. We got ourselves the chicken soup and the beef soup. I don't know if that's exactly the order that I mentioned them in, but we'll check them out as soon as we open them. We also went ahead and I got 2 small Colombian empanadas. These are going to be one of the best empanadas that I've had locally. Maybe it's because they're all very freshly made and they're nice and hot when you get them. I know most other places, they either heat them up in the microwave and they kind of get that like chewy consistency, which isn't the same as when they're fresh. They have 2 flavors. They have the chicken empanada, which they're very small, individual sized empanadas. So they have a chicken empanada, and then they also have a beef with potato empanada, which is delicious. The only thing I'm kind of disappointed in is I don't think they gave me their spicy sauce, which is really unfortunate because that is the best thing about having these empanadas. But it seems like they didn't include it in this time, so we'll try it out in a moment. And then last thing is, usually when I go there, I get a juice. So this time I got a papaya juice. The reason I got this, besides the fact that it's absolutely delicious and it's sweet, is it really helps settle down the food that you eat there. Now, it might be funny since we're having soup today, but I haven't had this juice in a while. And it's just so freaking good, man. Oh. All right, let's go ahead and check this out first. Oh, look at the hardiness of this, guys. All right, so I brought our own spoon because their spoon's a little small for me for having these soups. But I want you guys to see this. First of all, look how delicious that looks. You actually see the reflection of the light, which isn't much in here, but you see the reflection of the nice little fat that's like right there on top. But if I just dig down a little bit, look how hearty and full this is. Look at that chicken. It's all chicken breast. You have a chunk of potato, a chunk of yuca. You have green peas, you have carrots. Oh my gosh, and it's all really, really good. It's extremely hot, so usually when you have it, you gotta be careful. About 50% of the time I burn my tongue. But this is just great. So let's go ahead and have a little bit. Guys, nothing beats this, honestly. When you're feeling really down, you're not feeling well, you get this homemade, it's just completely different. Because you could tell that the broth itself is very high quality. It's made of bones. I've asked when I've gone there before. So they cook down the broth for like a day in different types of chicken bones and things like that. And then they cook the breast inside, so the flavor that's leaving the breast goes into the flavoring of the actual soup base itself. You got all the little vegetables that makes it all filling and hearty. You got chunks of potato, the carrots like I mentioned before. Man, it's just, oh. And you got little baby potatoes in there too. They stick the whole thing in there. And it's just, they break down and it just adds a little bit more thickness to the soup itself. And it's just really freaking good, man. I can eat this all day, every day, and I would not be mad. I would never get sick of this food. Now we're gonna have the next one. Let's go ahead and try the beef soup and see if the beef soup is the same quality, which I know it is. I've had it before. But you're gonna be able to tell right off the bat when you see the broth. It's a completely different consistency and color. It's a lot more hearty because there's a lot more vegetables and pieces in there. So take a look at that, guys. So you have the actual entire pea pod in there. You have corn, you have potatoes, you have the chunks, little chunks of meat. And it's like, it's good chunks of meat too. It's not like, you know, it's like nice fatty pieces. Look at that. That just absolutely looks delicious. Now, the thing with this is this one's a lot more filling in my opinion than the chicken because of all the extra stuff that's in here. Makes it all better because it changes, like I said, it changes the consistency of the soup, makes it a little bit thicker instead of just very loose, runny broth. You get a really thick flavor when it goes down because the potato, what happens is it breaks down and it thickens the soup itself. And it's, oh man, all right. Let's go ahead and have some of this one. Oh my God, this one's a lot harder than the other one. Oh. You know, we bought this like 15 minutes ago. I didn't think it was gonna be this hot. Oh my gosh. But once again, like I said, it's great because you get the softness of the potato. You get the delicious flavor of the broth, of the thick broth because of the potato. But then when you bite down, you get those little different textures of the carrot that's just very slightly crunchy. It's almost mushy, but it still has a little bit of a crunch as you get to the center of the little piece of carrot. You have the little peas in there that kind of pop when you bite them down. You have the corn that also pops and it gives you that feeling of freshness. It's, oh, I'm telling you guys, this, just have this once. Just have this once, guys, whenever you're feeling sick, and this will fix you right up. No, this is one of my favorite things that they sell there. But this place, it's interesting. It's a mixture of a bakery and a restaurant in the sense that they also sell fresh breads and things like that. And anybody that you know from Colombia will tell you. You know, they have a lot of different pan de bono. They have a whole bunch of different breads and things like that you can have there. Pasteles and things like, oh man, and it's all really good. But then, if you actually want to have a main dish that's not soup, you have bandeja paisa, you have, you have like steak and rice, chicken and rice, and it's like, it's very similar to the Peruvian place that we went to next to the highway. So, and with that sense, I mean the serving size. So you get like this giant piece of steak, you get rice, you get plantains or tostones, like the ones we had from the Puerto Rican food bus. And you could just mix and match whatever you want. You can also get French fries if you want that instead. But then they have just so many different choices of food there that you know, anything that you may be craving, they will have it in that location. But right now, just to end this, let's go ahead and try out the empanadas. Once again, I'm really disappointed because I was right. They didn't put the sauce. So the sauce that they have, chili peppers, they have like jalapenos and stuff like that all mixed together. I don't know exactly all of it because it's a secret sauce. But I'm telling you guys, it elevates the flavor of the soups. It elevates the flavors of the meats that you have there. It elevates the flavors of the empanadas, even the breads. I could probably eat that freaking sauce on its own because it's the sauce, but it has like chunks of chili and stuff like that in it. Onions, I think green bell peppers, red bell peppers. But it's just, it all comes together so, so well. Because you get the acidity, you get the spice, and you get the freshness from biting down on it. And you add that to whatever dish you're having, and it just brings it up to that next level. But all right, so we got 2 empanadas here. One thing that I've always said about the chicken empanada, it is my favorite. It is delicious to me, but it is extremely, and I'm not exaggerating, it is extremely dry. So in one of my previous videos, I don't know if you guys remember, I told you I love any type of jerkies, like any type of really dry meat. That's my favorite part. For whatever reason, I know a lot of people are gonna go against me. You know, I do love my juicy piece of steak and things like that, but I really, really enjoy dry meats. And that's one downside that I've had from a lot of friends and family members that go to this place, that they don't like the chicken empanada because it's extremely dry. And I don't disagree. It is very, very dry, but the flavor is just so freaking good. So the first thing we are gonna have is a bite of the chicken empanada. The empanadas in this place are absolutely stuffed. Now remember, these are very small, but even though they're small, they are completely stuffed in there. Not like the other places that you open up the empanada and there's like half of the stuff is in there and that's it. Like it's only half full. Even though it's been like this and it sits like this or it sit like this, it's so packed that the meat just doesn't move. You can never go wrong with these chicken empanadas, man. And surprisingly, it is dry, but it's a little less dry than it normally is. Like I feel a little bit of juice in there when I bite down. But it's not gonna be like a thigh piece, because I think they use chicken breast on the inside of this. And even though the flavor's amazing, I think that's what causes it to get dry. And actually, it's so dry that it's giving me a hard time talking, so give me 1 second. Man. All right, so now, let's go ahead and take a bite out of this one. This one's a little different, and I think this is their most popular empanada for obvious reasons, besides the other one being dry. The flavor of this one and how packed it is, it's on a whole different level. Flavor's amazing. Surprisingly though, this one's actually dry today too, which is weird. It's usually not. This one's pretty dry. Now, one thing I will say is with the sauce, once you put the sauce in there, it moistens everything and it just makes it that much better. Oh, by the way, guys, say hi to Maya. Anyway, it just tastes that much better. Now, it seems like I keep biting and eating the potato, but if you guys can see, there's a potato piece right there. But it's completely packed with it. So it's completely filled with it. It's like a lot of tiny pieces. So every time you take a bite, you're gonna have a piece of potato go in your mouth. But the outside is nice and crunchy. It's not overly greasy. The inside is a little bit dry, but the consistency, it all comes really well together because of the crunch on the bite that you take. And then you have, it's just completely overstuffed. Like there's no space in there, rarely. And that's why their empanadas are so delicious. And they're really affordable too. They're like $1 something each. And you know, maybe you could buy 2, 3, maybe even 4, and you'll get full. So it's really nice to have for appetizers and parties and gets-togethers like that. But all in all, the reason we went to this place today is just I was really feeling down under the weather a little bit. And I was like, I want to have something hearty. I was gonna make it myself, but they're so close. They're like 5 minutes from here. And then since I had to go to the UPS store, which is right next to their location, I was like, hey, I might as well just buy the soup instead of spending 2 hours making it here, you know? But, oh man, it is just, guys, if you ever are in Orlando, you want to try a really nice Colombian restaurant. In the future, I will do a video of the regular dishes. Today was more of a pick-me-upper is the saying? I don't remember. But it was just more of a pick-me-up that I wanted to do today because I've been down under the weather, and I said, hey, you know, sometimes people come here, it's raining, or maybe sometimes people come during the winter. That's when we get a lot of visitors from different states that are, you know, because it never really gets cold in Florida. But, you know, maybe it's cool enough where they're out in the theme parks or something like that, and you guys just want to get something to pick you up, or you guys want to have something nice to end the day with. And this is definitely a place. This is very close to my roots, so I might be a little bit biased, but I'm telling you guys, the food is really hearty. It's really good. It sits really well in your stomach, and then just finish it off with one of the juices that they offer. They have like 10 to 15 different flavors, but it all comes together really well. With that said, guys, once again, thank you so much. We're edging closer and closer to 100 subscribers. I really appreciate it. I mean, I've only been doing this for 2 months, and it's been a huge and amazing trip. It's been absolutely amazing. I can't wait to show you guys what I have in store for you in the next couple of months. but I'm really happy doing this. I love this. This is my passion. I love eating different types of food. I love talking about the different types of food and being able to share those amazing experiences with you guys, my viewers. So guys, if you could please subscribe, comment the video just to let me know of any places that you may know when you've come and visited Orlando, or if you live here in Orlando and you know of any really good places that aren't like your typical franchises, please share that with me in the comments, and I'll try to make a video on it on the future. We'll try to do a little review, see how the food is. With that said, as I mentioned before, as always, thank you so much for watching. Hit that notification bell so you guys can see the videos that come out every Sunday. Sometime in the future, I do plan on doing 2 videos a week instead of just 1, but until then, let's just keep on eating, guys. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this.